Okay, so discourse markers or fillers. So in English you can learn vocabulary, you can learn grammar, but more recently people are teaching and learning chunks of language. So phrases. It's not just one word, it's a phrase what is common in native speaking English. So I want to give you some phrases that my friends use in the conversation that we have. So, don't get me wrong. Well, actually the first three are quite similar actually. So don't get me wrong means like don't misunderstand me. Like I'm not saying something negative about somebody. Don't get me wrong. I really like him, for example. Or take nothing away from him. And I think my friend uses this. I think him is Jordan Henderson. So take, and he uses the Scouse way of saying it. Take nothing away from him. So then nothing. Take nothing away from him, and drops the H. So take nothing away from him. So this means like, yeah, okay, he's done well, he's done very well, but I think something differently. So take nothing away from him, but Virgil van Dijk is better, for example. Also, and here is a good example what my friend uses in the conversation of using but and though. So you don't have to use but and though here. You can just say saying that, and saying that means I'm going to introduce something negative here a little bit. So he's good, saying that he misses lots of chances, maybe, for example. So he's good, but saying that though. So again, the O sound, which is common in native speaking English. To be fair is used a lot more. I hear it a lot more recently, and it kind of means to be honest. So to be fair, he scored lots of goals last year, for example. And maybe again it's showing a little contrast to what you are saying.
It's one of them. If I was Brazil manager, I would ask for a foul with a reason.
Yeah.
If I was Swiss manager, I would say no foul. So it's one of them.
You're sounding very neutral there, Slaven.
To be fair, I don't care.
And all that just means and so on. A different way to say etc. and so on. So he's good at shooting and tackling and all that, for example. You know and I mean. So these are fillers, discourse markers, and they show that you are continuing to talk. You're not stopping usually. So when you're speaking, you just fill the space with these. I mean is you are going to explain something. You know is just you're including somebody. Yeah, you know, so I really liked the game. It was a good performance, you know. And so it's just a filler what people use when they are speaking. Here, my friend uses this. I think this is mostly British. I've never heard an American use this. If you like. So if you like, yes, if you want, if you like. But also you can say it as a possible way to describe something. So you say, he is hungry for goals if you like. So it's used to say that's one possible way of describing something. Similar to so to speak. So he's hungry for goals, so to speak. Also, a feature of the Liverpool accent is our thinking noise. So thinking noises are different around the world. When I lived in Japan, they would not say they would say etto. And it changes in Liverpool too. So I don't know. In Liverpool becomes I don't know.
Yeah, I think no, I think
Also, what a feature of native speakers is using the word thing and stuff. So, pass me that thing. So sometimes maybe it's a lack of vocabulary sometimes, but sometimes it's you don't want to say the full title. You just call it a thing, and people know what you are talking about because the full title is maybe too long, so you just say pass me that thing or pass me that stuff. So these phrases are useful to help you link your sentences together, to help you continue talking. So that's why people use them. They fill the space, they signpost, they let the listener know what you are about to say.